forum that happened on Saturday, but which of course was attended by our new governor, Mr. Sanwo-Olu. Did I get the correct pronunciation right?
Sanwo-Olu. You tried.
I'm getting closer. All right. Mr. Sanwo-Olu, Jim Ovia, the CEO of GT Bank was there. But before I get to that, I want to quickly touch on this environmental thing. Especially, I don't know, Prince, are you out there? I don't know if Prince is out there, but there were 2 WhatsApp messages that have been going around recently. I think this one came in yesterday. It says, breaking, executive order, environmental sanitation is back in Lagos. So that's what came out. Then there was another one that followed up. Apparently, it says it's a press release from the Lagos State government. Although I went to their Twitter page, also went to their website. I didn't see this press release, but this second WhatsApp message was supposed to rubbish the first one and say nobody should listen to it. That the call to bring back environmental sanitation is just a proposal, and it is not, it's not law yet, right? Because environmental sanitation was taken away, and now they're thinking about bringing it back.
I was surprised. Do you know why? Because
Yeah.
one of the big points, one of the action points that the new governor has said is going to deal with is sanitation and environment. So him bringing this back might just be a step in that direction to make Lagos cleaner.
Okay, so now, and that's the thing. The question though is the impact on business, because there's a poll on the Lagos State. If you follow Lagos on Twitter, it's actually follow LASG, their Twitter handle. They have a poll they conducted asking people if they should bring back environmental sanitation. 68% of the people that voted said yes, 32% said no. But Ayo, there's another public holiday on Wednesday, right? Which is Democracy Day, right?
Yes,
June 12th. Amen to that. We've talked about public holidays. We talked about the impact. On productivity. Ayo, you can't leave your home when you go to the market to go and buy your things.
Saturday, any day of the week.
Okay, well, I go on Saturdays. I go on Saturdays. The sanitation exercise, right, restricts movement, as you know. So markets can't open, small businesses. We've talked affected. Well, we've talked about this before. So there's an impact on productivity. Now, has the sanitation made Lagos cleaner? Can you honestly say it has?
Well, to be fair though, because since you're on the other side, let me speak for the other side.
Okay.
To be fair, on that day, some people it's an obligation. You're at home, no movement. You might as well clean your environment.
Yeah, well, how many people actually do it?
Particularly on the mainland. You islanders are spoiled.
I'm on the mainland of the island. I'm in Ajah. I'm after Ajah, so I'm not on the island. But I don't know, Ayo. I don't know about the impact.
If you're on the mainland, you see the gutters being cleared. Particularly in this rainy season. During the rainy season, we talk about flooding, talk about the fact that our gutters are clogged. Usually, people use the opportunity to clean their gutters. I believe that
if you were governor, I would vote for you. I would ask, if I was your advisor, I would say Governor Ayo or Governor Mairo, Mairo Ese, please conduct a study finding out exactly how clean the state has become from, you can use any period you want, 3 years, 5 years. How much of an impact, these are the kind of studies we need to do. How much of an impact has environmental sanitation had on the streets as far as being clean? And then also, what is the impact on businesses for those that can't open early, people who don't get to the markets on time, so on and so forth? I think we should look at that.
I totally agree with you. I'm offering you as the man for the job if there's ever an opportunity for that. But I need to ask you a question.
Of course.
Because whenever we talk about things like this, it's important for us to also ask about the alternative.
Okay.
So what would be your alternative? So we have to clean. We have to ensure that please don't compel us to. We are unique.
West.
Yes, don't. We are unique. Stop this comparison. We're unique.
Okay.
And our makeup is unique. We're quite cultural, and we believe in community and all that.
Right.
What would be your alternative?
The state has employed people to clean the streets. Is Loma still in effect? Every morning when you drive, you see people on different parts of their sweeping. I think I've even seen some of the machines that are the street sweepers. I know I saw one or two a while back. These people, our taxes pay their salaries, and they are the ones that are supposed to keep the streets clean. But another thing is, I don't want to generalize, but you see people throwing plastics out of their cars.
Just yesterday, I thought this. Literally, he wound down and threw out a plastic cup in the middle of the road. I'm thinking, is this still happening? The
analogy is almost like trying to save money. Every time you put money inside somebody you just take it out immediately. So if savings is trying to clean up Lagos, it just doesn't work because so there are people who are employed to do this. But again, my main focus here is the impact on business. For those who want to get out on a Saturday, want to go buy this and that, the malls don't open early. Everything is just restricted. Why do you have to restrict movement just to clean your environment? So anyway,
let's take some comments. Benga Kamu starts with this one. I think we should be able to clean the environment without locking down the state. it's not good for business. Like you mentioned, let sanitation officers go around and sanction people who violate the laws on sanitation. Great one.
All right.
And then, unfortunately, we don't have a name here, but please put your name so that we can read out your comments.
Okay. All right. Now, so moving on from that, now let's talk about the forum that took place. I know you guys have this for Freshly Pressed. Yeah. Again, let me read out the people who attended this year. This is the, I think it was the Go for Growth forum that was in Lagos on Saturday, the consultative roundtable session. Jim Ovia of Zenith Bank chairman was there. Godwin Emefiele, the governor of CBN, our dear governor of Lagos State, Sanwo-Olu, Mr. Oba Otudeko, chairman of Honeywell Flour Mills, was there. Atedo Peterside was there. Shegun Agbaji, the chief executive officer of Guaranty Trust Bank, was there. Dangote was there. That the main headline was Dangote saying that the power sector is hindering Nigeria's economic growth. I don't know what took him so long to finally say this.
I was going to say, I don't think we had a conference to know that.
To know this particular bit of information. Don't know what took him so long in saying this, but I'm glad he has. And you know how we are. It's always when a Dangote or somebody large finally says this thing that people maybe finally pay attention. But I mean, come on. I'm glad he said it. He also mentioned the fact that, look, Egypt increased its electricity by 10 gigawatts, the equivalent of 10,000 megawatts in just 18 months. Nigeria, over the last 18 years, has struggled to just add 1,000 megawatts, and we spent about 3 times the amount of Egypt. Why? He also laid down the foundation. He says, look, if there's no power, there is no growth. I mean, there's what is this? Tech Money Africa. There's a summit that's taking place at Unilag later on today. I'm even trying to see if I can attend it quickly. The vice president is supposed to be there. They're talking about making Nigeria, or rather, is it Lagos, the tech ecosystem or tech hub of Africa, so on and so forth. When we do Tech Friday every Friday, right? Yes. You can make every summit or every meeting and talk about all the growth you want, but if you come back to the very basics, without power, you're not going anywhere. You're not going anywhere. So anyway, like you said, we already know this stuff. It's good that Dangote mentioned this. Another thing he talked about was the need for consumer credit facilities for everyday Nigerians. He was and the CBN governor was there, so he said it in front of him. We need to have credit facilities so that people can be able to be able to lend, to borrow, frequently, so they can take care of their needs. Now, I want to remind people of something. So this is June of 2019. Yes. Back in May of 2017, I don't know how many people remember this. The vice president signed, he was acting president at the time when Buhari was in the UK for treatment. He signed 2 acts into law: the Secured Transactions in Movable Assets Act, and then which is also known as the Collateral Registry Act, and the Credit Reporting Act of 2017. The Movable Assets Act was supposed to allow micro, small, and medium enterprises, MSMEs, register assets such as motor vehicles, equipment, accounts receivables in a national collateral registry so they could use for collateral in accessing loans. At the time, they said that this act was supposed to assist them in being able to access these loans. It's been 2 years now. Haven't really had much movement on that. And of course, if you're talking about credit, you want to go back and ask, well, what happened with these particular acts. Also, to support that, the Credit Reporting Act was supposed to allow credit agencies talk to banks and so on and so forth, in order to make sure that those who are borrowing from Bank A don't go and go to Bank B and try to borrow as well using the same collateral that they did. So credit reporting agencies are supposed to be talking to banks to assist them in staying on top of the credit histories of people who are looking to get loans. Yeah. So, it wasn't brought up at the forum. Nobody mentioned it, but still, with Dangote talking about the need for people to get credits, yes, this is something that should have been brought up. Go ahead. More messages.
Yes. Okay. Abiodun Adeboyega says that the sanitation exercise was actually effective. People came out and cleaned the environment. It became more or less a civic responsibility. I think it just needs to be modified so as to allow free flow for business. So that's another option. Okay. Should there be a ban on movement, or
please,
can we do it?
Prince is back. Let's read Prince's message. Yeah, scroll that there. Our man Prince, there he is. Let's see what Prince has to say.
Prince says the main purpose of general sanitation is for inner streets and households, not main road being managed by Loma. Nigerians are dirty. In fact, wow, Prince.
So Prince agrees.
Owagbale in the compound people. Owagbale in the compound people will not pay.
What's Owagbale?
I think it's the people that sweep the compound. If I'm correct.
Okay.
Right. So we have another one here from Abby. Abby says, Sanitation Day, the unique nature of Nigeria Nigerians live in is Lagos has become such that disregards the socio-cultural characteristics of Lagos. Okay, so he says traffic in Lekki is back again.
Yeah.
Easy from Lekki says sanitation is necessary, please. We should quit emphasizing on businesses opening. Rotus. When everyone understands the importance of clean environment and health, then we can worry about business. Sometimes you get to these business places to shop or for patronage and you find the whole place messed up. It's the doctor's job to treat you, but why do you need first aid? So many people, but let's move away from the environmental sanitation and go to the Dangote story. Lekon from Oshodi says, I love Dangote for saying this, but I hope he's not trying to go into power business.
Lekon, let him go there.
And then Shagun says, Dangote has spoken, so what next? Egypt's doing better than Nigeria. Reason is simple. Nigeria is not a serious country.
Shagun, you need to have some faith.
Some faith on a Monday morning.
All right, real quick. Also at the same growing, it's growing for growth. Sorry, I said going for growth. It's actually growing for growth. Again, at the same forum, the central bank governor came out and said that, so this is what he said. He said, this is the headline: CBN rolls out plans to stop smuggling and vows to block several bank accounts. So, Godwin Emefiele, this is what he said. He said that, as we're preparing for the next 5 years under his leadership, that the top of the agenda for the Apex Bank is to end the dumping of smuggled and banned products in Nigeria. Let me quote what he said here. He says, smugglers and dumpers are the major sabotage to the country's economic policies. Nigeria is very good at making brilliant economic policies, but we have identified smugglers and dumpers as those who sabotage these policies, and we have decided we will deal with them. And the strategy we came up with that will not bother ourselves. I don't really quite understand why that quote came in there, but I guess it's supposed to bother yourself. Look, the real quick thing about this is that your top priority is monetary and fiscal policy. Your top priority is supposed to make sure that Ayo and Rotus and Prince and Yinka and Benga Kamon, everybody sending messages, Abby in traffic, Easy, we can all access loans. Your top priority is not smugglers. He also said here that they are going to liaise with banks and find out how and close accounts of people who are smugglers. How do you know if I'm a smuggler or if you're a smuggler? Is it by account activity?
Have some matrix to understand.
I love your optimism. Anyway, the show is over. We've run out of time. Everybody, thank you for your message.
Thank you so much. Yinka said, Rotus, how can there be an effective credit facility for the everyday Nigerian when the credit reporting bureaus and some banks keep reporting rubbish?
Yinka, good points.
All right. Thank you very much indeed to everyone who sent in messages. Unfortunately, we couldn't go through every single one of them, but Rotus says them. Your questions will be answered if there are any.
We continue tomorrow.
Yeah. But Rotus, thank you very much. Again, you can follow him at Rotan Quotes. Yes. That's ROTANKWOT.
Yes, indeed.
And follow the Smooth family at Smooth 981 FM. In a moment, we'll be giving you some useful information. Don't forget, 7:30, we bring you freshly pressed 981 and we go into detailed analysis of the newspaper stories. But from us, good morning and stay tuned to